I must tell you something in confidence because I am at the ATM level for a couple of days now. When you are asked to take judgeship, please view the offer seriously. It is something to be seriously considered for two reasons. I know it has some difficult elements to it. The money is an issue. But barring that, people talk about being isolated or being cut off. That's not actually true. You just have to be a little careful how you do about this. One of the things that I learned along the way is that you don't lose your contact with the bar. You keep your doors open. You keep those avenues of discussion open outside even the courtroom, and you keep the relationships going. This becomes an important thing. The other thing I found was that it's very useful to find some moment or element of humor in a day's proceeding. It takes the stress out of it. Girish is a victim more often than not. And I remember when I sat with Bombay, I think it was you who went to call Suryavanshi and said, sir, come and see what's happening. So they said, what's happening? He said, no, this is always laughing. Which was true, and I still pride myself on this, that I was partly responsible for a partial education of Justice Abhay. He was appointing, he was awarding costs of 200 and 300 rupees. I said, hey, what is this? 200 rupees? Possible. So slowly breaking up, we got to 5,000. And we had some matter. And it was impossible. It was entirely deserving of costs. And by this time, I thought my people had come. So he looks at me and says, "Boss, man," I said, "Zero." He sitting on the side. So I put out my hand and I did this. And the next thing I knew, he was taking 5 lakhs. I said, 5 lakhs? I was saying 50,000. Where have you got 5 lakhs like this? So these things happen. So I said, recall it. He said, so that was the end of that. But these were moments that we had even back in the time, which were great. I still remember Abhay's son, who was to go overseas. You know what that was like. 6 p.m. was early. Her son was leaving that night, first person to go overseas. Obviously, people would be coming home. So, they asked me, "Will I is a little early today?" So I said, "Yeah. What's your idea of early?" So I said, "Don't answer that. Okay, don't answer." So we sat. And at 3:15, I said to Paul Chukar, I said, "Bolma." He said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I don't know what you are doing, but I'm getting out. You want to continue as a single bench, you do it. But I think you should get in the car and go home now." So I put him in the car, actually made sure that he got into the car. He'll come back. And the next thing I knew, I got a phone from his wife saying, "What have you done? How have you managed this?" Actually, he's coming home. You must have some concern for the elements of the family. And this is the other thing that happens with us as judges. You tend to override personal and family concerns, and that's not the whole thing. But to come back to this issue about judging, the reason I'm saying what I'm saying is that it's worth doing because not everybody gets asked. Merely being asked is a privilege. You don't become a judge because you think you're going to write great judgments, or you're going to change the world, you're going to change society, or do some kind of social engineering. It's a job to be done as a matter of service. And it's a task and a demand that is made of few. But if you do it, no matter how wide your practice, and you know the appellate side practices are generally much wider and much less specialized, much less narrow than the ones on the original site. But it is unbelievable how much your vistas open up once you are a judge and you're seeing all these matters. I mean, a straightforward example, and I'll end with this.